Alright, 412 Lyons again, Chapel Hill. This is just the second video. We are at this clean out fitting right here. I found it, and it had no cap on it and was covered up in like a bunch of leaves and debris. So it's good that I found it, because the roots will eventually grow down into that thing. But that's awesome. That means we can transfer it down to that other clean out and get a visual of city main, hopefully. So we're just going to keep pulling back nice and slow. This is, where we left off. And if you'll see that white stuff hanging from above right there? That is toilet paper that has been sticking to the top of the pipe, which is telling me that this has been stopped up. I don't know how long ago, but that's what happens when the line gets stopped up and then the water just rushes out. It leaves those deposits. So look at these ridges we got in the line. I just had to yank my camera out of them, but that's just heavy grease buildup. Yeah, not good. Again, more toilet paper, indicative of a clog. And also, the other fact that makes me think that they've had issues with this line is the fact that there is a PVC cleanout spliced in out here in the yard. The one that I'm going down right now is obviously a splice. So typically people don't come install cleanouts, have the plumber dig down and splice in a cleanout unless there's just ongoing issues with the sewer main clogging up. So I don't know. I'm honestly of the mind that, to be fair to everyone, that this could be cabled, and the walls kind of reamed. I got the equipment to do it. I've done it before. I'm usually pretty happy with my end results, but still they're dealing with a probably a 60-year-old pipe. So the fact that it's that old, the argument could be made that it's pretty much at the end of its life too, but to be fair, I think so far from what I'm seeing, I think this line could just be cleaned, and it could just be cleaned out and probably get by for a few more years before you have to replace it. So here's the clean out I went in front of the home right there. Again, PVC clean out, cast iron piping below, which tells me that this was a splice, meaning that it was installed for some sort of reason after the fact. And this is the same size bulb or pipe guide that I had on the end of my camera head. So that's why I was saying it's about 1.5 inches off the bottom of the pipe to get to the camera screen, and so that tells you about how deep that belly was in that PVC. So we're going to just pause, and I'm going to scoot over to that other clean out and see if we can get a shot of the city side. I'm going to pause the video. Alright, recording again. So this is the clean out I found in the yard. No cap at all. We're kind of right across from this triangular stone. The walkway is right there in front of the house. So triangular stone, and we're right over here to it. No cap, needs to be resolved, and then there's the street that way. So we're gonna go ahead and stick it down the line and see all the debris and stuff that's down there. That's just because that thing was just wide open. Alright, so we're right here at the beginning of the line, the horizontal portion, so we're just going to zero the footage out. There we go. And we're going to cruise on down. Hopefully I'm going to go fast because it works out better when I go fast. And then we'll get to the city main, and then we will we'll slow down going backwards. So there's those two PVC 45s. There's that belly. Out of the belly into another small belly. So this is kind of about where we stopped, I believe. Another belly. And to drop into the top of the sewer main. More than likely we should be out in the street. actually no, this is it right here. So we're in the side. That is the sewer main. That's the terracotta kind of pinkish color. So now we're going to pull back, and we're just going to go nice and slow to get a visual. So I see water running. Might be from just me pushing. So there is a 45-degree transition right there. 45 up, 45 down. This should be all out in the street. It looks good. I think this is a greenish kind of PVC pipe. Alright, now, darn, I can't believe that. So here's another cast iron pipe. This is probably going to be the city clean out. I hate to see the fact that it has gone back to cast iron. And we obviously have another belly in the line there. Alright, I'm going to locate this guy just cause, and it's good to know. And then we'll pull back and check the rest of the line out nice and slow. So we're going to pause the video again. Alright, so my locator was being funky there. I don't know if it's because we were just really deep or I was... This is so strange to me. We go from nice fancy new piping to one piece of cast iron with a darn clean out tee. I'm just going to go back to where we were. I know we had one little turn down. That was it, I believe. Just a 45 and a 45, and then we were right into the side of the main. So I'm assuming, I don't know where this thing is. Might have to pull back and locate at a different point. But so there's that cast iron. One little piece. I can't believe that got left in there. That just blows my mind. Alright, now we're to the PVC. So here's that initial first little belly. I think I'll camera back to the second one, and then I'm going to try to push back. So there's the two. Okay, we're at this transition to the cast iron already. So I'm going to push back and try to locate I don't know, because I'm confused because my locator was just doing some really funky stuff. It'd be very helpful to know where that last little piece of cast iron is. So I'm going to try to locate that transition, see what I can find. So pausing the video again, and alright, I was able to locate that. I don't know what my locator was doing, something funky, but so I found the clean out, the one that is right here, and it looks like a utility contractor just decided to leave that. I don't know why, but just leave it in place. It's so crazy to me that it's literally like essentially a fitting. Just mind-blowing. So I hate that, because it could be all brand new PVC from the initial cast iron to PVC transition, but they failed to do that. So here we are, you know, got another spot. It's located right at 2 foot. I did find the clean out, took pictures of it. Just overall sad. Whoever did the work just did a bad job. And see this transition right here? That that newer PVC stuff is lipped up. I don't think that actually could be ductile iron. I don't think it is, though. I think it's that greenish PVC stuff that's just got some discoloring to it. But that's lipped up, so you know, you can imagine, you can even see what those solids are doing. They're sitting right there. So overall, just a hodgepodge of piping and a botched job that somebody probably paid thousands for, probably in the realm of $10,000 to $15,000 to do this work, and it was just done badly. So very sorry for the current owners. But, we got bellies, we got an old, you know, piece of cast iron left, and I think the bellies are gonna be an issue one day, probably okay right now, but it just bugs the hell out of me to see work done like that. So sorry if I sound disheartened. But we're about to pull back, and we've seen, all this, so I'm not going to go slow. Again, check out these pieces of toilet paper on the ceiling. You got to ask yourself how they got there. So the line had to be stopped up somewhere along the line beyond where we're at right now in order to show signs of clogging that way. It could have been in the city main. I mean, one could argue that, and it was backing up this far. But I don't see any. I don't know. Probably a pretty low chance. And here we go. We're going up that clean out again. There's that clean out I found with no lid that needs to be addressed. But yeah, that concludes the video. Overall, probably could clean the line. If it were my line, I would at minimum clean the cast iron portion from the front of the house, and then dig up that one piece of cast iron that's in the lawn, maybe that whole portion, and just try to fix that transition where it goes white PVC to green PVC, and then go ahead and pop a new clean out down there by the city that is not crappy old cast iron, because that's mind-blowing to me that someone would do that, but they did. So that's pretty much it. That's probably what I'm going to recommend at minimum, and then I can put in a cost for entire sewer line replacement, but not going to be cheap. Not going to be cheap at all. Alright, that's the end of the video.